Hi, this is just a video just showing you the close-up of the L298N motor controller that Dwayne's been working on. These two screws on each side, they go straight to the motor, so I'll just draw a blue line there and a green line there. It doesn't matter, they change polarity according to your program. And again, this other motor, it goes to the motor, and same again, second motor. The next thing I think I should point out is these screw terminals at the front here. These three screw terminals here. This terminal here, the screw terminal here, is for powering this whole the whole motor controller, and the recommended voltage is 6 volt up to 14 volts. 6 volts up to 14 volts for that first screw terminal. The middle screw terminal, that goes to common ground. Common ground. That's that, the middle one. And the third one, the third screw terminal is actually, that third screw terminal is actually positive 5 volts, and that's 5 volts out, which can be used to power a microcontroller or some other component. Then we see there's 4 pins here. They're not named inner input 1, input 2, input 3, input 4, and that's what we use to control the motors, whether they're coasting, forwards, backwards, braking. It's those 4 pins that we use. On each side of those 4 pins, you can see here and here, there's jumpers. And what you got to do is pull those 2 jumpers off, and then you'll have another pin on each side, so you'll have 6 pins. You'll have enable 1 pin there, enable 2 pin there, and behind those enable pins, the front ones, there's a pin at the back of each one, and that they output 5 volts as well, so long as your battery pack is 6 volts or more, 6 to 14 volts. You'll get 5 volts out of both those pins, as well as 5 volts out of here. You don't want to keep the jumpers on, as Dwan's explained. Otherwise, it's a lot harder to control the speed of the motor, because you can just turn the enable high or low to on or off. So that's pretty much the motor driver, motor controller explained. There's the regulator, heatsink. The next thing I wanted to show you was, that is actually a picture. What I've got here now, I just pulled out of this bag, is the actual little motor controller itself, and that's a lot harder to actually point out all the different pins and what's going on, rather than say a picture. The next thing I wanted to throw over the top here is a actual diagram of the L298N, and most of this diagram even I can follow pretty easily. You've got your logic, your input 1, 2, 3, and 4, your ground. You've got your power supply coming in here, and it's just a couple of things I don't quite understand on this particular schematic, which is why I really like having the picture of the real motor controller. It's much easier for me to understand exactly what's going on. Okay, that's another shot of the actual motor controller that we've been dealing with, and I just wanted to show another little chip, which is the SN754411, which is a motor controller. That's SN754411, and that's also a H-bridge motor controller. And I'm not sure at all why you would use one over the other. I have no clue. But if you wanted to wire that one up, you just look up something like Google Images, and it'll show you how to wire that little chip up as a motor controller. I'm just taking the P8X32A Quick Start out of its packet. I have not used this at all yet. There it is. That's the Quick Start, and yeah, it's going to be a little bit hard to point out a few things, so I'll put that to one side, and I'll use a picture to show what's going on, or what I think's going on. There's along the back here, there's 1 to 40. It's a female header. It's put there. Pins 1 to 40. I think it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the odd ones are here, and all the even ones are at the back. And in Duan's video, looks like he's got over these last 6 holes here. This VD and VSS. He's got one of those tiny little headers soldered. Can you see it? One of those tiny little headers soldered right where those 8 pins are. Sorry. Now I'm not sure what was going on in Duan's video. I think he was powering. He may have been powering the power was coming through here through the 5-volt USB port to here, and this over here was being used to provide a common ground. I think I'm completely confused as to exactly what, unless it's just to provide a ground. I don't know why they were connected. I think if you remove that and you wanted to power this Quick Start via the motor controller, you'd use the 5 volts here in these pins, and it would help a great deal if you put that female header on. So there's my confusion regarding that. Okay, well that's the end of the demonstration. I just thought it was interesting that I just printed out pictures of the various parts that we were using, and when you're videotaping the pictures, it's hard to tell the difference between whether it's an actual picture or the actual component that you're using. And in a lot of cases, it might be easier just to use a picture. Thanks.